Hi folks, I believe this video is going to be probably called something like Pentecostal Poundland. The reason is, I've mentioned before about the Pentecostal church down the road, how there's the chap who used to go in there with the atrocious teeth. He had very, very poor teeth. And I met him one time and he said he's been banned from going to that coffee morning, because he was talking to the man called Paul, who does the soul food, and Paul and two of his friends were ganging up on this man with the bad teeth, and they then complained to the pastor that this man was being a bit aggressive, even though it was really them that were, and the pastor banned him. Okay, when I was talking to the pastor on Thursday, he basically backed that up by stating the point that yes, if there is someone who's causing a corruption in the church at any point in time, that person will therefore be banned. And I said to him, excuse me, the Bible clearly says you're supposed to win your brother, you're not supposed to ban them. You know, the way that God would do things is say, okay, look, right now, you're causing a commotion. Can you leave for now? So that everyone can calm down. You and everyone else can just calm down, bring the level down a bit. Then I want you to phone me as the pastor, and I want you to come in tomorrow or next day so that we can talk about what just happened. You know, what's the issue with you that's made you so angry? But for today, you're going to have to go. You're not banned on a permanent basis. Just today, you're going to have to go. Yeah. Do you think they're going to do that in church? No. No. No, because the reason why they ban people is because it's a void. That's the reason why they block people. It's a void. Rather than dealing with the situation, it's easier to avoid. Easier. Remember, we're supposed to be on the hard path, the more difficult path. They keep choosing the easy. Why? Because they're not on the path to God. The Pentecostal church, sorry, throat is a bit dodgy. Pentecostal church, down the road from me, has very, very similar policies to that of Poundland. Poundland bans people. I did a video saying I'm banned from Poundland because I made a fuss about the fact that their what's it called? Their pay system where you tap your card, that thing. It's in tiny, weeny writing that if you don't press red, they take 25p or whatever for charity. So every time you go and you tap, if you don't press red, they're taking money for charity. Excuse me, charity payment should be things that we decide to do. It shouldn't be something we decide not to do. It shouldn't be automatic. Because I was making a fuss about that, they banned me. Because I caused a tiny bit of a commotion. They banned me. Pentecostal church, the church that's supposed to be led by the Holy Spirit, has a similar policy to banning as Poundland. As a worldly organisation that couldn't care less about people other than who's going to be spending money in their shop, and they've got enough money coming in that they can afford to ban some people. Pentecostal church has a similar policy to them. That's the point. Talk about try at least to be led by God. At least bloody try. If you call yourself a pastor and a teacher, at least try. Automatically. Your automatic way of dealing with things is according to the world. Ban. Avoid. Easier for Kylie Bevan to avoid seeing me, because if she sees me, she has to deal with the reality that maybe I was right. Right? If she sees me talking to people about God, if she sees me blessing people, then she's faced with a situation where she has to say, maybe he was right. She don't want to do that. She don't want to face that. She just wants us to go to God about that. Because what if the answer is yes? What's she going to do? No. She can't do it. So therefore, rather than go to God about it, she has to, straight away, the answer is no. The answer is, that wasn't the case. Don't need to go to God about it. Don't need to see you. I'm just going to avoid everything. Hands over ears. No. To avoid. That's what little kids do. And that's what the church is encouraging. Oh, well done. Well done. That's fantastic. Well done. Talk about bringing people to maturity, for goodness sake. Yeah, avoidance is the choice. Because that's what it is. Poundland had that policy because they'd rather avoid having to deal with customers like that in the future. They've got enough customers. They don't need you, so they're going to ban you rather than have to deal with that. The church, on the other hand, is supposed to be understanding people are broken. They tell you you're a sinner and then ban you because you do something wrong. Yeah. You know? It's bizarre. All of it's bizarre. I keep on saying in videos, it's bizarre because it blinking well is. Come on, a church that tells you you're a sinner shouldn't be banning you for doing something wrong. They should understand. As a sinner, you're going to do things wrong. Anyway, there you go. You take care.